The Bell of Good Luck in Pingdingshan, China is the heaviest functioning bell in the world. It weighs 116 metric tons and is about 27 feet tall. Here's what it sounds like rung by a tourist. The bell was cast in the year 2000 and sits near the Spring Temple Buddha, which is the second largest statue in the world. And for his part, the Spring Temple Buddha is 420 feet tall without including his base. But back to bells, because the Bell of Good Luck is only the heaviest functioning bell in the world. No, the heaviest bell in the world that isn't lost in a river somewhere is the Tsar Bell in Moscow, Russia, right outside the Kremlin. The Tsar Bell is 20 feet tall and 22 feet in diameter. It weighs almost 202 metric tons. That's 445,000 pounds. The first version of the bell was completed in the year 1600, but that version only weighed 40,000 pounds. But then 50 years later, the Ivan the Great bell tower, which was where it was hung and was wooden at the time, burnt down and the bell crashed to the ground and broke to pieces. So then in 1655 they recast it, but this time at a much larger scale. This time it weighed 220,000 pounds. But then there was another fire in 1701 and the bell got fucking dusted again. But then in 1735, after adding over 1,000 pounds of silver and 150 pounds of gold, the bell was recast again. But when they were adding final ornamentation to the bell, another fucking fire broke out at the Kremlin and made its way to the support structure supporting the bell. So the guards threw cold water on it and 11 huge cracks appeared and a 23,000-foot slab broke off of it. And then it fell back into its freaking casting pit and stayed there for almost a century. It's said that Napoleon thought about taking it back to France as a trophy during his occupation of Moscow in 1812. But it was too damn big and heavy, so it stayed in its hole. For a small time, the bell served as a little chapel, and that hole in it served as a door. That chunk, by the way, is 3 times heavier than the world's largest full-circle bell, the tenor bell at Liverpool Cathedral. But the Tsar Bell is only the world's heaviest bell that you can still go and see. No, the largest bell ever cast is the Great Bell of Damazetti. It was completed in 1484 in today's Yangon, Myanmar. The Great Bell of Damazetti weighed almost 650,000 pounds. Or that's almost 294 metric tons. But then in 1608, Portuguese warlord and mercenary Philip de Brito seized the bell with the aim of melting it down to make cannons. With elephants and forced labor, they rolled it down the hill from the Shwedagon Pagoda. And they loaded it onto a raft, I think in this creek here. They attached the raft to de Brito's flagship and started a journey across the Bago River. But the dang old bell was too heavy and it broke the raft. And it sunk to the bottom of the river, somewhere at the confluence of the Bago and Yangon River. And the bell took de Brito's ship down with it. Eventually, de Brito was captured and executed by impalement, and it took him 3 days to die. And the Great Bell of Damazetti is likely still down there today, under some 25 feet of mud and sedimentation. Over the years, hundreds of people and millions of dollars have been spent trying to find the bell down there. But the water is really just super murky, and there's actually a ton of shipwrecks down there, so it still hasn't been credibly found today. And now I'm starting to see more reasons to call that first bell the Bell of Good Luck, and I hope it stays that way.